It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today. In today's video we go over the Game Week 3 watch list, where we look at the players that have really performed in Game Week 2 and can keep that form up going into Game Week 3. In this video I suggest the players that I'm really looking to bring into my side because I think they could have a good impact and potentially they might come in on the wild card if I play it this week. So let's get straight into the video, and we start off with the Everton versus West Brom game that ended up 5-2. And the player that I would be suggesting for you all to get, and there's a few of them to be fair that I could be looking at, is Dominic Cavett-Lewin. Now, Dominic Cavett-Lewin for me is just beating out Rodriguez, Richarlison and Digne, but I would definitely not argue against a double up. However, the fixtures for Everton do look like they could be slightly better. However, Dominic Cavett-Lewin looks like he is getting into the right places at the right time, and yes, it's not always pretty, but he's getting the FPL points, and that's what we really care about when we're talking about fantasy football. His first goal was a goal that came from Coleman breaking down the right. He crossed it in. Richarlison challenged for a header, but it came off of a defender, and Dominic Cavett-Lewin was there to backheel it over the line, getting his first goal of 3. His second coming from a move that is starting to look very familiar to us FPL managers, which is Rodriguez cutting in, finding a ball over the top with his left foot to Richarlison, and this time Richarlison played it across the goal and Dominic Cavett-Lewin slid in to score his second. And then his third came from a cross where it probably wasn't the perfect technique for a header, but it was still a powerful header by Dominic Cavett-Lewin that found the back of the net and got him in total 17 points from 71 minutes played. This is 3 goals from 6 shots on goal, 3 of them of course on target, with all 6 coming from inside the box, and that was something that was made very adamant and clear in this game, is that Cavett-Lewin is staying central and being the player there to score the goals at the end of the moves that Everton create. He ended the game on an XG of 1.52, and I really think at 7 million, now at 7.2 million in fact, he could be a great player this season if this form continues. 4 goals in 2 games so far. He's looking really good, and so is that Everton side. The next player I really want to look at is, again, a player from a 5-2 game, and this one was Southampton versus Spurs. Now, caveat here, Southampton for some ridiculous reason played a ridiculously high line, which of course Son was the perfect player to take advantage of with his speed. Kane played his role, finding the balls through the defence and over the top for Son to run onto. But Son still went on to score 4 goals in total, all of them being very, very similar, with Kane getting the assists. What I will say is Son was super clinical in this game, however. He managed to get 24 points from the full 90 minutes played, 4 goals from 4 shots, all on target, all inside the box, 3 of them big chances, and an XG of 1.53 with only 4 chances on goal. And he also laid off 2 key passes with an XA of 0.26. However, also on a side note, Ings did look much improved in this game, getting 2 goals himself, and they were decent goals at that, and he also had a goal disallowed. One was from an angle he probably shouldn't have been able to score from, and the other was a penalty near the end of the game for that consolation second goal, and he managed to get 11 points. He's now dropped down to 8.4 million. He played the full 90 minutes, getting 2 goals from 2 shots, both on target, both inside the box, and 1 big chance as an XG of 0.91. So both of these players looked good and solid in this game, and both have the fixtures which could see this continue going on into Game Week 3. And not only will these players do well for you in the FPL game hopefully, but also they could do well for you in the fan team game, which has a €1 million prize pool. Put your FPL skills to the test and turn €25 into a €200,000 payday. With 1 million in leaderboard prizes, there's plenty of money up for grabs. Pick your squad of 15 players with a 100 million budget, and pick the players that will earn you a cool part of that €1 million prize pool. And if you like daily and weekly fantasy games too, there's even more money to be won. So join Fan Team today and start to make money playing FPL using the link in the description down below. The next player I want to look at is a player that isn't exactly going to break records with his underlying stats, but looked absolutely brilliant in a game where Brighton Hove Albion beat Newcastle 3-0, and that is Lamptey from Brighton Hove Albion, the right back, at 4.5 million. He looked absolutely brilliant. He's running forward on the right hand side, making good decisions, winning penalties and getting shots on goal. And also there was one point where Brighton Hove Albion broke away and he was the most advanced player forward with his pace and could have maybe got a goal in this game. Now he was taken off with 58 minutes. There is a slight injury concern, but Lamptey just looks like potentially the best £4.5 million defender in the game with his assist and goal threat. He managed to get one assist in this game with one shot on goal, one on target, that shot being inside the box, and his XG was at 0.17. Again, not record-breaking numbers, but still absolutely fantastic performances in the last two games from Lamptey. The next player we're looking at is from the Leicester versus Burnley game, another high-scoring game, 4-2. There were some other Leicester players that really did interest me, like Castan, but the one that really stood out in this game and looked like he could carry this form on, especially with his performance in Game Week 1 being included in these thoughts, is Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes coming in at 7 million, managed to get 13 points in Game Week 2, and seems to be a player that is making the right moves and really eager to get into that box and score goals. Now, he has always had a bit of an issue with his composure in front of goal, but it looks like this could be starting to improve. In this game, he did manage to get 89 minutes played with 1 goal and 1 assist, with 5 shots on goal, 3 on target, with 5 of them coming from inside the box, and an XG of 0.58 with 2 key passes and XA of 0.29. Now, the thing is, he just looks like he's involved in everything good that Leicester City do, and it takes a lot for me to be suggesting someone over Jamie Vardy, who of course will still be getting goals for Leicester City. But Harvey Barnes at the moment looks like he could grow into a player that potentially could outgrow Leicester City in the Foxes. And then finally, the last player we're going to look at is Kevin De Bruyne, and if you haven't brought him in, I would suggest you do so, because Kevin De Bruyne looked very good in Man City's first game in the Premier League in Game Week 2 against Wolves, and I imagine this is going to continue. There was even talk of him playing in the number 10 role more frequently, which I think will mean he's involved in the goals and assists a lot more. In fact, his underlying stats were better than any other Man City players in this Wolves game, and I'm very excited to see what he can do moving forward. In this game, he managed to get 13 points from 90 minutes played, 1 goal, 1 assist, 4 shots on goal, all on target, 2 from inside the box, 2 big chances with an XG of 1.50 and key passes at 6. That and him being on penalties, I think, is just one of those players that potentially you need to have this season, and the only one that I can see in that Man City side that will come close to Kevin De Bruyne's points is Raheem Sterling. So guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure in the comments down below to put any players you think I might have missed out that should have been on the watch list, and we can discuss them in the comments. With that being said, I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.